All right. Hello, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Welcome to Love, Light, and Clarity. This is your third party reading. And so I hope you get lots of clarity during this reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's totally understandable. You don't want this to resonate with you, okay? But if you have that feeling, that sensation that something's going on behind your back, or you kind of know, this is a reading that you want to look to maybe give you some extra insight on what you're not seeing, okay? And so I went ahead and did the pre-shuffle already because it's a lot of energy here. But what you do need to know is your overall energy is you're going to be moving forward. You're going to be coming out of really emotional times. It's a lot of smoke. I'm not sure if you can even see that. I'm always saging. I'm a sage fiend. Okay, so anyway, you're going to be moving towards happiness, towards the sun, towards all the things you love and enjoy. You're moving past the emotional craziness, or just deep, deep emotions. You're moving forward in it, so you're no longer stagnant in it. The sails are up and you are moving forward. Okay, this was a temporary time of temptation for your partner, okay? They might even be looking away from the temptation, but they just had to touch it or they just had to do it, okay? You're moving forward from the disruption. You're moving forward from the disruption of your union and the temptation that came in your union, okay? Okay, so when I asked the cards what your current energy was, you got the Queen of Pentacles and you got the Emperor in reverse. It's all upright. You got the Emperor in reverse. Okay, and so this is basically just telling me that right now your current energy is you're really focused on yourself, even though they might be like trying to do everything and anything to get your attention. So you might know about what's going on, of course, like it might have just came out into the open, right? And you are really just into self-love, your money, your household life, but mostly just yourself. Like you really are caring for yourself, making sure that you look good because you know you look good. You know you're doing you, okay? You're really grounded in this situation. You're not really worried about him and how he's backwards right now. The way he's just doing stuff he knows he has no business doing. I don't think you're really worried about his lustful energy right now. Of course, the Emperor is a man who's really in control of everything, but in this deck, I mean, he still is in control of everything. It's just, you know, he's lusting hard here. So I think you're not really worried about that anymore. And I think you're not even worried about him coming back towards you is what I'm getting intuitively. I feel like no matter how hard he's working to try to get your attention, I feel like you're just not worried about that right now. You're really not. Okay, so I asked the cards, I asked Spirit what the third party's current energy is, okay? And they got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And they got the Strength card. So I think they too have drawn back from your partner. You know, kind of letting them get away with little small things, you know, getting in their energy, maybe getting a piece of them. They've pulled back from it. They're strong enough now to not allow this type of stuff to happen. So I feel like they're also coming out of a time of passion, like she's cooled herself down now, okay? She got that fan and that she's away from the fire. She's cooled herself down, and he basically sneaks back every now and again to try to get a piece, but she's not having it right now. She's strong enough to tame that temptation now, okay? She wants to tame him, maybe even, or help him in some kind of way. She wants to help him. Your mate's current energy, they have the Ace of Pentacles. So again, I feel like, and sometimes I'm directed to these flames down here and like the one that they love. But right now I think he's really drawn back, or sorry, taken back and emotionally focused on you and the love that he has for you, for the one. Okay. And got the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is what the card looks like upright. Okay, so it's in reverse, and here it's basically just telling me that he's kind of put down his hoish ways. He's trying really hard not to fall for the temptation, and it's kind of confirmed here by the Tower card. You see behind here, this is the temptation. This is what he wants to do. Okay, and this is what might have happened. But he's got his strong side of him telling him, like he wants to kill this part of him. He doesn't want to be this way because he knows he has a love for you, okay? And it's strong. It's strong. The temptation is strong. And so he might be allowing the temptation to kind of rule him, but he is actually strong enough to stop it. So, and he's dealing with someone who's logical. Like, you know what I mean? She thinks more logically than she does emotionally. So, and so does he. But his logic is, but I have my partner. It's like, I'm doing this. This is not smart. I have my partner. So anyway, oops, I have my little notes here. So this is the energy about how you feel, not your energy, just how you feel about your mate. You got the Seven of Swords, so you know something's going on, period. Like, you know he's being deceptive. He's not doing right by you. Okay, and he knows that you know. And he feels bad about it. It's all in his mind. He wants to gift you. He feels extremely bad about it. But like some other stuff is going on. Some of you might not know, but you know something, like your back is turned to maybe his needs, and you're just more focused on the beauty and the love that you have. Like, something's going on, but you turned your back to it. Maybe you're not really worried about that anymore. And maybe he's like, oh God, I think I've lost her. So the Knave of Pentacles, how you feel about, this card. Basically, your partner's putting in little effort. They're putting in effort, but it's more like a sexual effort and watching you, maybe. I feel like they might be stalking you a little bit. But it's minimal effort. So I think that's probably why you're still on a, like, I'm not really worried about this. Like, that's how you feel about your mate. Like, they're doing a little bit, but it ain't all that. And then the Knight of Pentacles that you have in reverse. So they're not really offering you the stability that you need right now, okay? That you desire from them. But I feel like you're just in an energy of, you're not really worried about it no more. Like, you're really not. And third party, how they feel about your mate, okay? They feel like he's very this is the Knight of Swords, right? Yeah. So they feel, okay, so everyone knows what the Knight of Swords is, but in this deck it's different. And then also what I'm feeling is like they're controlling. They feel like their mate is controlling. Like, but I feel like they're okay with that. They kind of like the fact that he's dominating and controlling. Okay, that's how they feel about him. Like, they don't mind if he's that way in front of other people. They don't really mind. Okay. And how your mate feels about this third party, the Knight of Swords. So I always look at it like, you know, he's in that ass or he's into that ass. But he's into her. She stays floating through his mind, you know. Um, Ace of Wands. This was in reverse. So for me, intuitively, I feel like he knows she's not a soulmate thing. I think it's more of a temptation situation because you have the Queen of Wands here. So I just feel like he feels like, wow, she's just beautiful. Like everything about her, the way she moves, the way, how graceful she is, you know. So there's things that he really likes about her, and it stays on his mind. Okay. So that's how your partner feels about the third party. Let's see. Let's see how your mate feels about you. I pulled the Nine of Swords and the Judgment card. So, of course, they feel like you passed judgment on them. They do feel like, you know, they've hurt you in a sense, or they've betrayed you. They do feel like you have a knowing about it. Like you do have a sense. Your intuition definitely went off. Just Black Cat. It's your intuition. And he might feel bound to you, like there's something you guys have to do together, like you guys came together in this relationship for a certain reason. And so that's why he's most likely going to stick by you. And that's what I'm picking up from the card. And so I wanted to ask the cards how the third party feels about you. You got the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Okay. And so basically what this is telling me is she might not know about you. She might have an idea about you. She knows he's dealing with someone else because his energy is flighty, and I see the devil here in the background of this card. So I just feel like she has an idea, but I don't think she totally knows everything. I think he lies to her about stuff, of course. Of course he's lying. He's lying. Or she's lying. He's lying, she's lying, someone is lying. So then I asked, what do you need to desperately know about this situation? What do you need to know? You got the Eight of Cups. You got the Star card. You got the King of Wands. And you got the Four of Wands. Okay. And basically what you need to know is, even though sexually might not have happened, but I feel like it has, okay? Sexually, yes, he was satisfied sexually, yes. He can see himself going somewhere with this woman, like it being something. But at the end of the day, the King of Wands has that one person. And I feel like that one person is you, okay? Yeah, that's just what I see here. I feel like that one person is you. He's most likely going to stick by you. Okay, and then I asked the cards, what are your mate's future plans for this third party? And he might lie to her and pretend like it's going somewhere, because you have the Moon card here, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Six of Cups, but it was in reverse. And so it's like he knows that relationship is not deep. He knows it's not deep. Is he entertaining what it possibly could be? Yeah, of course. Of course he's entertaining it. But he's lying to her about what they could be in the future. That's not going to happen unless you leave him, and you are in here solo. So you might leave him. You might be like, you know what, you caused a disruption in my life. You allowed temptation to come in between us. I'm moving on to, happier times. You and her can have that. That could be how you're really feeling. But again, I feel like you're still walking in your power in all this. So kudos, congratulations, because a lot of people kind of just die off. I feel like you really kept up your fighter mode in this, like just your elegance and who you are. I feel like you didn't lose who you were in here. So that's good. And I get that all over here. You did not lose who you were. So again, congratulations. So I asked the cards what you need to, what goddess energy you need to invoke to move forward from this situation. So you got Irene. It's peace. It says there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. And I feel like that for you. Again, like I was saying, I feel like you're not not that you're unbothered, but I feel like you just know who you are. So you're like, if that's where you're going with that and that's what you want, then go ahead, because I know that I have a brighter future ahead of me. It says the Magician. Now get this, it says you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. I love this card. Anyway, but I do think it's interesting that it says them. So I feel like if you want them meaning your mate, then, you can have that person back if that's what you want, and it can blossom and it can be a beautiful thing. However, you can also just manifest a new future, because I see that. It says take quiet time, okay? It says take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So I just contemplate on where you're headed in your future. Aries, you might be dealing with Aries, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. This concludes your third party reading. I'm proud of you guys because, again, you are walking in your power. You did not get yourself, you did not let this beat you up. If it did get you down, it was brief. It wasn't really that long. And you have a bright future, a bright, happy future headed. You're headed towards a bright, happy future, or you're also heading out of the energy of being sad that your partner's betrayed you. Okay. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope this brings you an immense amount of clarity for your situation. If you have any questions, concerns, look in the description. Concerns. Well, this is concerning, but you're moving forward. So if you have any questions, all the information will be in the description box. Have a wonderful, wonderful August.